guys, how's it going? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and the next figure review I want to do is the DC Universe Classics. Technically it's the DC Universe Green Lanterns Classics, I think. I don't know, they're all the same. Collect and Connect ARKILLO. Really cool figure. The counterpart to Kilowog, I had to have them. Basically the same body and sculpt. A few differences here and there, obviously, but definitely a hefty figure and a nice addition to the collection. Stands at 9 1/4 inches tall and definitely has some nice weight to him. So really cool Build-A-Figure here. Let's go ahead and get started. The head sculpt is amazing. Lots of great detail. Really nicely sculpted. Articulation's pretty good too. He's got the forward back motion down and of course the rotation. The paintwork on the head is really nice. The mouth and the eyes are glossy, so that's a really nice touch. The paintwork's not terrible. Usually when you have little details like that for a mouth, it's not done very well, but I'm okay with it. It's not bad. The gray's a little bit different on the neck and the head, but it's less noticeable in person than it is on camera, so it's really not an issue. And it's really nice. There's lots of shading throughout the yellow, and the yellow is typically lined up real nice, but there is some bleeding throughout the figure, and I'll point that out if I notice it as we're going along. The core emblem there is really nicely done. No bleeding or anything there, so that's good. He's got these big ball joint shoulders, full range of motion, bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, and then wrist rotation. The wrist is kind of stiff, but it is there. The hands have nice sculpt work on them. The skin is done really well. The rings sculpted really well as well. Too many wells in there also, in addition to, whatever you want to say. But he's got his fingernails painted, and like I said, really nice sculpt work there. The wrist is sculpted fairly well, and the silver could be painted a little bit better on there. You can kind of see the yellow coming up on the sides, but it's not bad. The core logo there again is really nicely done, and there's some of the bleeding you can kind of see, hopefully, at the shoulder and at the bicep where the yellow line is. It's to be expected on yellow and black. I mean, it's really hard to get yellow to cover black, so unless you have a perfect line, it's not going to look perfectly smooth. This hand's basically the same, just slightly different pose for the fingers, and no ring to show, but otherwise it's the same. So good detail there. Same articulation in both arms. He has the ab crunch. It's not the biggest range of motion, but it looks good and it does work, so no complaints there. Waist swivel. The yellows, the lines line up, but the colors don't quite match. This yellow's a little bit more of a light yellow. This is a little bit darker. That could be due to shading. It could just be due to fewer coats. I don't know. The belt part that's glued on there is done very well. It's solid silver, but it's lined up nicely, so no complaints there. He has standard DC Universe Classics hip articulation, though it's hidden. You can't see the outside of the joint there in the hip. It's all hidden inside. So that's a nice touch for these bigger guys. I like that. The black doesn't have any shading on it, I should mention that. Single jointed knee. There's a gold stripe around there for the boot, but there's no sculpting. I wish there was some sculpting to differentiate the boot from the rest of the pant leg, but there's not. Ankle hinge and ankle rocker, so a nice detail there. Definitely appreciate the ankle rocker on the big guys. Most of the DC ones have that. Hasbro, pay attention. Okay, so there he is. There's ARKILLO DC Universe Classics Collect and Connect figure. I do recommend you get it. It's a great figure. He is more popular than some other ones, so he's a little bit expensive, but if you can find him for a good price, go for it. You won't be disappointed. And there you go. So thanks for watching, guys. Keep an eye out for the rest of my reviews for the day and some more stuff coming in the near future. In the meantime, keep collecting.